Welcome to Global Defense Zone. Before we begin today's powerful journey into one of the world's greatest warships, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video so you never miss out on the most detailed insights into global military power. Now let's dive right into the story of Britain's most formidable and iconic naval vessel, the HMS Queen Elizabeth, the crown jewel of the Royal Navy and one of the most advanced aircraft carriers in existence today. Imagine the sight: a steel giant weighing more than 65,000 tons cutting through the waves, her massive 280-meter-long deck stretching wider than 4 acres, a floating fortress designed not just as a ship but as a symbol of national power, pride, and global influence. This is not just another warship. This is a statement to the world that the United Kingdom, despite the shifting tides of modern geopolitics, remains a top-tier naval power capable of projecting strength across the oceans. The story of HMS Queen Elizabeth begins with the vision of the UK's defence planners in the late 20th and early 21st centuries who recognized that to remain relevant on the global stage, Britain needed a carrier that could compete with the most powerful ships of the United States Navy while also surpassing the legacy Invincible-class carriers that had served the Royal Navy for decades. Construction of HMS Queen Elizabeth began in 2009 at the Rosyth Dockyard in Scotland, a massive project involving over 10,000 workers and 7,000 companies from across the UK. By the time she was launched in 2014, she had already made history as the largest warship ever built for the Royal Navy. Named after Queen Elizabeth I, who presided over England's rise as a naval superpower in the 16th century, the vessel carries with it centuries of naval tradition while embodying the cutting-edge technologies of the 21st century. What sets HMS Queen Elizabeth apart from other aircraft carriers is her unique design philosophy. While the United States Navy's supercarriers rely on catapults and arrestor wires, HMS Queen Elizabeth employs the short takeoff and vertical landing (STOVL) system optimized for the fifth-generation stealth fighter F-35B Lightning II. The ship's deck is fitted with a distinctive ski jump ramp at the bow, allowing F-35Bs to launch with heavier payloads and improved efficiency. With capacity for over 40 aircraft, including F-35Bs and helicopters like the Merlin, Chinook, and Apache, the ship can adapt to multiple mission profiles ranging from strike operations to amphibious assaults and humanitarian relief. On board, the crew numbers around 1,600 personnel, including sailors, pilots, and aircrew, all working together in a carefully orchestrated system that turns the ship into a floating city. Life on board HMS Queen Elizabeth is a unique blend of military precision and human resilience. Sailors wake up to the constant rhythm of the ship's engines, train for flight operations in challenging conditions, and carry out duties that range from aircraft maintenance to radar monitoring, ensuring that the ship remains operational 24/7. Every takeoff and landing of an F-35B is a demonstration of trust, teamwork, and technology, with the entire crew contributing to the mission's success. The vessel's integrated electric propulsion system provides enormous amounts of power, not just to propel the ship but also to fuel her energy-hungry radar, communications, and aircraft systems. This is where HMS Queen Elizabeth stands out. She is not only massive in size but also optimized for the modern battlefield, with sensors and systems designed to work in tandem with NATO allies. The Type 997 Artisan 3D radar, capable of tracking hundreds of targets simultaneously, ensures that the ship maintains awareness of her surroundings even in the most hostile environments. Strategically, HMS Queen Elizabeth represents more than just Britain's military capability. She embodies the UK's commitment to maintaining influence in global hotspots. Since her commissioning into active service in 2017, she has participated in exercises and operations across the Atlantic, Mediterranean, and Indo-Pacific, working alongside allies such as the United States, Japan, and Australia. In 2021, the ship embarked on her first major operational deployment, Carrier Strike Group 21, sailing through the Mediterranean, Indian Ocean, and South China Sea, showcasing Britain's ability to project power globally and reinforcing international partnerships. This deployment included operations with NATO, joint exercises with the U.S. Navy's aircraft carriers, and interactions with nations across Asia, making HMS Queen Elizabeth a key player in reinforcing freedom of navigation and international security. The ship's role is not limited to traditional warfare. She also plays a critical part in humanitarian operations, disaster relief, and crisis response, making her a versatile instrument of statecraft. But behind the gleaming steel and advanced systems lies the human story, the crew who dedicate their lives to serving aboard this colossal vessel. From young sailors experiencing their first deployment to seasoned officers commanding complex missions, every individual contributes to the operational excellence of the ship. The bond among the crew is forged in the constant demands of life at sea, where resilience, courage, and camaraderie are the keys to success. HMS Queen Elizabeth also symbolizes the UK's industrial and engineering prowess. Her construction and continued upgrades involve some of the most advanced technologies in naval architecture, from modular construction techniques to state-of-the-art combat systems. The ship is designed with the future in mind, capable of integrating emerging technologies such as drones, directed energy weapons, and advanced electronic warfare systems, ensuring that she remains relevant for decades to come. Critics have debated the enormous cost of building and maintaining the carrier, estimated at over £3 billion, but proponents argue that the value of having a floating base of operations capable of deploying air power anywhere in the world far outweighs the expense. The ship provides not only military capability but also political leverage, enabling the UK to respond rapidly to crises, deter adversaries, and reassure allies. As geopolitical tensions rise in regions like the South China Sea, the Middle East, and Eastern Europe, the presence of HMS Queen Elizabeth sends a powerful message of Britain's readiness to stand alongside allies and defend international order. What makes her story even more compelling is her symbolic importance to the people of the United Kingdom. When she sails into port, thousands gather to see her, not just as a warship but as a source of national pride. She represents the dedication of countless engineers, shipbuilders, sailors, and citizens who contributed to her existence. In a world where air superiority and rapid power projection can shape the outcome of conflicts, HMS Queen Elizabeth gives the UK the capability to remain at the forefront of international security. Every launch of an F-35B from her deck is a demonstration of Britain's technological achievement and military resolve. Her presence alongside U.S. supercarriers and other Allied ships highlights the enduring strength of alliances that safeguard peace and stability. As the Royal Navy continues to operate HMS Queen Elizabeth across the globe, her role will only grow in significance, shaping the future of naval warfare and ensuring that the United Kingdom's voice is heard on the world stage. So when we think about HMS Queen Elizabeth, we must remember that she is not just a ship. She is a living, breathing ecosystem of technology, strategy, and human dedication. She is the embodiment of centuries of naval tradition meeting the challenges of the 21st century. And as she sails the oceans, she carries with her the legacy of Britain's maritime history and the promise of its future. That is why HMS Queen Elizabeth is not only the largest warship ever built for the Royal Navy, but also one of the most powerful symbols of national strength in the modern world. This has been another in-depth analysis from Global Defense Zone, and we hope you've enjoyed this comprehensive look at the UK's mighty aircraft carrier. If you want more deep dives into global defense technology, history, and future warfare, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to Global Defense Zone so you never miss our updates on the most powerful machines that shape the world. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay strong, stay informed, and stay with us here on Global Defense Zone.